We're live. We're live.
I'm not getting the right thing.
We're not getting the right thing.
Restream.
Okay. Hold on then. Shoot. Why is it not saying the right thing? Point B, point. Okay. Yeah. Thursday. The machine is on.
What's good, my little dumpers? This is the first time I've ever dumped on the power block, but that's what we're doing right now on this Thursday, March 13th, 2025. This is the voicemail dump truck. Its first debut on the already prestigious power block. I'm joined by three people who I've dumped right next to for many, many years. Dan Reichert, how are you?
You think we've dumped, like in the East office? Do you think we've been there? There were two stalls. There were two shitters there. You used to have four. Do you think we ever shit next to each other? I'm sorry, dumped.
As much as I don't want to talk about this, I'm now intrigued by the question. I think chances are high, is what I'll say.
I think pretty
good.
good.
Just by the odds and the sheer numbers of it all.
I think I was pooping more back then too.
Jan Ochoa running the ones and twos in the back end. How are you, sir?
I don't think I've pooped next to... No, I've probably pooped next to Dan before.
Yeah.
Look, I realized after I pooped next to Eli Manning last weekend, that's all we're talking about is pooping next to people. Look, okay. I pooped next to Eli Manning, AMA. Okay, we'll get to it a little later.
Oh, okay. What I will say, though, is I've probably sat at a table with y'all, and one of y'all has left to poop. So we're almost there.
It's the same
I once
thing.
peed in a urinal in the middle of three, and the other two were open, but the Undertaker didn't want to pee next to me in a stall, so the Undertaker just stood behind me while I peed once, and that was weird.
Okay, we can unpack all of this after we talk to Mr. Mike Minotti. What's up, pal? Are you okay? Because you don't look okay, let me tell you.
Wow.
You were just sort of swaying back and forth in your chair like a
He's
traumatized
politely
child.
waiting.
I was just really hoping I was going to have to talk about taking a shit or something.
No, you don't.
I'm
You don't
fine.
have to. Listen. You still got some of that Fester makeup on. What's up, pal? What's happening?
I'm always kind of pale. Well, I did trim down the beard pretty heavily so that I could get the makeup over the beard. So it's a little bit of a weird look right now. I know it'll grow back very quickly. Everybody, don't worry. Thank you for the whip, Bacalar. By the way.
You're quite welcome. I only just got the joke about 20 minutes ago. I'm glad.
We do the on-cam catch up with what happened in the week, and there's also pre-show off-cam. Like, what the hell is this rope stuff?
Yeah, what's this whip thing? Why am I a whip guy now?
Yeah, thank you to Lucy for the vice grip, I believe it was. Right? Yeah.
I didn't give you shit, did I? know I was in the picture with you at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that was just you, Dan.
Yeah, you celebrated with me and the rest of the Addams family and the townspeople I saved from the aliens as
Looks
Uncle
like a fun
Fester.
party. Looks like a fun
Yeah, they had a
party.
great time.
Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering who the other people were. I guess it's the townspeople.
Yeah, no, the plot of the game, Fester's quest is that aliens abducted everyone in the town, but Mama, or whatever her name is, put a special spell over the Addams family, so we weren't impacted. So Gomez had to stay at home base and protect the family, but Uncle Fester, who's disposable, right, expendable, he went out there to try to fight the aliens because he has a gun.
Wait, is that game based on the 90s ones? It's not, right?
I thought it was too. It's not.
It was right before that. It's like
2 years
it's
before.
based off that old sitcom.
Yeah.
Oh,
basically.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Sunsoft. What an idea. All right. Hey. This is the first dump truck on the power block, and I just want to say, everyone behind the scenes, again, I know I did this last week, but Jan Ochoa, Jean-Luc, everyone just going nutso real nutso stuff. I'm truly impressed and proud and all that good stuff. So great job all around, guys.
Yes, it's been fun to watch. I look forward to more. I'm loving the interstitials. I'm a big interstitial mark.
I demand an interstitial. I demand a bumper.
I'll do it too. Yeah, we should all do interstitials. I like that.
Y'all got to talk to Kurt Indovina and John Luke about those, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
I told them today they were great.
All right.
Can I give a programming update on this program?
Sure, let's do that.
Wait, yeah,
Okay.
where is he?
Oh, I thought that was Joe. That's Minotti. Okay, okay.
Oh, Mike's gonna kill you. Mike's gonna kill you.
I got good news and bad news.
Unalive you.
I have good news and bad news. The bad news is, as I said earlier this week, originally it was going to be a thing that was tied in with like RGG, Yakuza, PR, promo for Pirate Yakuza and all that. But understandably, their PR people being in England don't know the intricacies of daylight savings time. So he got double booked. So the bad news is he's not here this week like we said we were going to. The good news is I just messaged Joe directly today and was like, hey, you got double booked. You just want to come on at some point? And then I gave him the whole pitch. I'm like, it's a voicemail call-in show. We've had Jared, we've had Cole, we've had Uno. It's a comedic thing. Our fans, blah, blah, blah. And he says, Jesus Christ, I didn't need the guest primer. I've watched the show, dork. So
we are all Samoa Joe.
Can you make the emoji face that he sent though, Dan?
He sent a wink one. So yes, I talked to Joe this morning. We are going to make it happen. We might do it normal time slot on the 27th, or we might do it backstage at Dynamite the day before. So we might have to move it around or something like that. But yes, I've talked to Joe. We're good to go, and we won't be limited by time constraints or PR stuff. I just asked him, and he's coming on. So that's going to happen.
Joe.
Yeah, I guess today I learned that like. Is there not daylight savings in the UK?
No,
I don't think I knew that.
That's just an American thing.
That's an American. Was that Franklin or somebody else who did that one?
Is this
Andrew Jackson?
Andy Jackson, you son of a bitch!
He's too busy.
Farmer's Almanac,
ruining the lives of Native Americans to do that. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Well, Farmer's Almanac was Franklin, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, he had a different almanac actually.
Who's the national park guy?
Oh, that's Teddy Roosevelt. This would have been way before Teddy.
Time out.
Okay.
Chad says there is.
There is a what?
A daylight savings in the UK.
But they have a different kind of daylight savings.
What does that mean?
Is it for like potatoes?
No, ours are technically for potatoes also.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, forgive me for not knowing that we make potatoes here, because every time I've thought we make stuff everywhere, I've heard that like Jesus didn't eat a tomato. So
potatoes were here first before Europe.
No shit.
Yeah.
I believe so, right? Yeah,
Cool.
I think that was a Mexican
And I'm
thing.
going to say this bold claim here. I don't think Jesus ever stepped foot on what is now the United States of America.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
The Mormons won't like that.
Dinosaurs did.
You're just pissing
Dinosaurs
off all the
did.
Mormons now.
Oh, sorry, Utah.
Oh,
I mean,
update.
sorry, Mormons.
I want to update a thing I said, I think, on this show last week.
Ooh, is this a correction or like a retraction or?
I think both may more
Cool.
retraction.
Go ahead,
I'm
everyone.
caught up on
Buckle in.
Severance now. I won't spoil anything. I don't want an any anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. You were walking around saying you wanted to be an innie?
Let me be clear here. If this is a concept, if the show Severance didn't exist and I had a shitty job, the concept of an any could have been sold to me and I would have done it. But knowing what I know from the show Severance, watching it and watching the reality in the kayfabe of Severance, I don't want that. It seems like hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But if Severance didn't exist and someone just like came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to get severed? And I had a bad job, I'd be like, yeah. So that stands true, but not in the Severance world the way it's depicted. I know too much now, and I don't want that existence for, that seems terrible.
But I still believe that you would like be cool with being the Audi.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah. So what's the point of your statement then?
Well, but then like that shit happens to you too when you're an Audi, because like all that like trauma and stuff still like sinks into your noggin.
The more I watch that show, the more it's like it's not falling apart on me, but I don't want to get it. I struggle more with like the sort of like rules of that thing.
I'm
right?
starting to have I brought up Lost a lot because Bonk hadn't seen Lost, and so I was telling her about like how I'm having kind of some of the same feelings of like this is so intriguing, but then I explained also how Lost fell apart. And like I hope that doesn't happen here. You know,
it's so good on paper, and it's also got like the Aperture Laboratory like thing going on for me a little bit too, which I think is great. But like I guess and I also it's also crazy how like starting the first season was so confusing for me. Like I had to watch. We watched 5 minutes of episode 1 of season 2, and I was like, well, we have to stop and watch a recap. We have to go back because I totally forgot everything. What happened? But and again, I'm not gonna spoil anything though. I think the rules of like how and this isn't a spoiler. Your work person is completely severed from your outside work person, but how does everything else transfer? Like, how does your ability to like speak English transfer? Like, how does all these things like you know what I'm saying?
I think
like,
all your knowledge about basic life stuff.
But they're walking around being like, "What's the sky?"
That's confusing. Yeah, some of the rules are confusing.
I'm just saying. Again,
what state are we in? Yeah.
Yeah, everything's fine, Mr. Stiller. Your show's good. I like. He's not the creator.
That's the cool part, though.
What?
He's directed a bunch of those eps.
Yeah. Like I'm into it. It's fine. Keep doing Severance. It's great. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like
Severance.
That's all. I guess you haven't partaken.
I wonder if Mike would like it.
Mike doesn't watch TV.
I don't.
Yeah.
I did like Lost for a bit also, though. I started watching it because that guy from Lord of the Rings was in it, and then everybody else turned out they liked it. So I was like, oh, I guess everyone's watching this now.
The guy
I
from
fell
Lord of
off
the Rings.
that one too.
It turns out the guy from Lord of the Rings was the thing I hated about Lost when I watched it, because I think I was at the height of my Lord of the Rings hate when that first got big.
That
and I was like,
was the
this fucking
height.
hobbit
What's
asshole. Yeah.
We don't have to. I know this is a TV show, a recap show, but I don't want to like. I just want to say one more thing. I know I've said it before. Common Side Effects is so good.
Oh, the drug show.
The drug show, the mushroom drug show.
Drugs.
I'm like I'm only I forgot how many we're in. Every episode I'm just blown away. I'm like, how does this exist? How did this get made? How is like Adult Swim the owner of it in a weird way? Like, oh my god. And we also didn't talk about the voice of Space Ghost. Rest in peace.
That did bum me out. That bummed me out a lot. Gosh, I loved Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Man, Cartoon Fridays, that original block, and then you had Space Ghost right after that. We didn't know how good we had it.
Man,
we did not know,
because like every time I saw a clip of Space Ghost, like
so
like
yeah.
a wrestler,
it's like the best thing you
DDP
saw.
would be on, and then they would show a clip on Nitro, and I'd be like, "This looks fucking hilarious."
Yeah.
But I never had Cartoon Network growing up, and so like all that like Adult Swim stuff, Space Ghost, I never saw any of that, and I would just see clips and be like, "Oh, this seems great," you know?
Yeah. Rest in peace, George Lowe. I think some of that stuff you'd still dig, man.
I bet Space
Especially
Ghost would. Yeah.
Space Ghost, Harvey Birdman is I still watch that all the time. I would even say like a handful of Aqua Teen is still really funny.
I like Aqua Teen.
By
Yeah.
the time I was in college, like the DVDs were out there, so I've seen some like Aqua Teen and C-Lab and stuff like that.
Aqua Teen was just on the air forever. Oh, C-Lab.
C-Lab's great. Yeah, Brack Show, like real good stuff. Weed owes a lot to Adult Swim. Let's just be honest. Like
now we're talking about
sure.
good TV. Okay, it's like If you had asked, even after hearing you talk about Severance for a bit, if you had asked me what is Severance about, boy, would I struggle.
It's okay.
Can we just see if he would like? Okay, let's just boil it down, Mike. Okay, picture this: you got a job you hate. You're working something like you just dread going to work. Okay, and in this world, okay. Some guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, fella, we're gonna do a surgery on your brain, and it's gonna make it so when you come into the office, you're outie, which means you're non-work guy. You basically sever your brain."
You weren't talking about belly buttons that entire time.
No, there's no belly
come
buttons.
on, Mike.
No, there's no belly buttons.
Okay.
Basically,
son of a bitch.
your mind, like as far as you know, Mike, you walk into the front door of the office and then you just walk out the back, and like 8 hours have elapsed. You've done your job.
Work, yeah.
Yeah. Would you sign up for that?
No.
Why?
There'd be obvious caveats for one thing. to invasive brain surgery, probably not a good idea.
Do it.
Anyway, I know.
Heartbeat.
The things that do scare you and don't scare you are always baffling to
Yeah.
me.
Well, it's weird because it's like, I don't know, for the longest time growing up, I just kind of trusted that, like, oh, people won't be, and corporations won't be evil. And then, like, they just have the best interests of people in mind. And then, like, let me tell you, the last few years have kind of made me, hey, wait a second. Like, I've given them the side eye lately, and I've been like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe they're doing it for the money.
Really waking up there. Yeah, that's great. Also, like, just because you don't remember things doesn't mean that they didn't happen. Or
Yeah.
It
will happen
happens to
again.
their souls and brains and stuff. Yeah.
I just love that you walked around for the majority of your lifetime just being like, this is all for in my best interest.
It's like, Google, Facebook, Twitter, all this stuff. They're at Microsoft. They're all just like, yeah, they're making a ton of money, but they wouldn't do a bad thing. And now it's like, I just really more and more each day I look at stuff and I'm like, I think they're doing some bad stuff.
It's like that day I explained what capitalism was to you, and you were just like...
You did, and some of it I had questions about, and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, if you couldn't tell, it's a college show, folks.
Luckily, we have Mike Minotti on the show today, our anarchist.
Yeah, the government, if it doesn't topple itself, then gosh darn it all, I'm going to go ahead and topple it.
Does anybody have a book of matches for this? Does anybody have a book of matches for this little Molotov cocktail I've made? Be a doll and give me a lighter.
G, I don't want to put anybody out, but I just really think that we got to do away with the government and laws.
Author of the Polite Anarchist Cookbook, Mike Minotti.
The jolliest of Rogers. Holy shit. 707 exit flu is the telephone voicemail phone number.
Can somebody Photoshop Che Tolkoto? Just put it like over an amp during a Rage Against the Machine performance.
Yeah.
Or something.
There you go.
Holy
Instead
crap.
of the beret, add Mickey Mouse ears, please.
Yeah, God.
Oh.
It draws itself. Yeah.
I think that's a new t-shirt, Mikey. I don't know, but
Okay, I'll do a... I like that. I have some friends from high school that I used to think were like, these people are maybe a bit too much with some of their political leanings, and now I'm like, okay, maybe they were right, and I think they would like a shirt of me like that. Yeah,
or at least like put that on a flag that I could hang in my dorm room. That'd be sick too.
Oh yeah.
See
I'll go
it
back
right
to
now?
college.
Yeah.
Just to do that.
It'll be next to your Dark Side of the Moon and Scarface posters.
Yes.
right.
Both will still have Mike Minotti on them, though.
Yeah.
Dan will go through 4 useless years of college again, just so we can hang that. You did 5.5, yeah?
I did 5.5. I just couldn't get enough educating.
Sounds like it,
That's
Van
what it
Wilder.
I bet you weren't exactly like jamming your schedule of classes you didn't show up to anyways. Crazy
No.
fool.
I had whole semesters where it was like one class that I didn't go to.
Wow.
Yeah, it kicked ass.
I have
They let you live there.
Yeah.
They let you live
They
there.
loved me.
The more we unpack your college career, the more questions I have. Where it's just sort of like, what was the economic situation of like 5.5 years of college and all this
A
stuff?
lot of
And-
loans. $86,000 of student loans will do it.
All right, and guess who owns those loans?
Actually, I don't really know how that works.
All right, we're not.
Not for that.
Is that like a mortgage?
Yeah, it's your mortgage. What we are gonna do, it gets folded into
pay
your
this?
home mortgage. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's in your retaining wall. Don't worry about it. Mike
It's all that growing
Minotti.
up you did after watching Jaws, huh?
I just finished watching Jaws. I gotta figure out.
I don't think we should ever stop growing.
Wow, very deep, very
Thank
good.
Yeah, that was some deep shit.
I
Good for
seared
you.
chicken and made broccoli and cheese and sweet potato fries last night. It was great.
Wow.
I'm still growing.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, this has been the biggest surprise, if I must say so myself. Your complete 180 in the culinary arts.
Genuinely love it.
Wow,
Mhm.
amazing stuff.
Mhm.
All right, let's kick things off with the one and only Mike Minotti.
Oh shit, I gotta look at these. Just like Jeff Grubb.
Can we talk about how Mike Minotti read the news exactly like Jeff Grubb past week? I mean, I know Jeff Baclar gave Mike props for the news, and it was well-deserved. But he literally had the same intonations when he read the headlines. He even, rushed the end of the story so we can get to his thoughts on the story in the same way that Jeff Grubb does. Just random thought, no question, just that.
No, caller, you're amazing to bring that up. Like, I feel like we did not spend enough time on it. I know I called it out where I was like, when you first started doing the news, oh, you're just gonna like add in like little QVC quips during all this, and like it's gonna be a whole thing. But man, either you spend way too much time with Jeff Grubb, or you listen, or I mean, I don't know anyone who could do as good of a job as you on, like, you LARPed as Jeff Grubb in a way that I've never seen anyone do. It was outstanding.
Oh, thank you. I do pick up the mannerisms and speeching patterns of my friends. I think, I joked not too long ago about how I'm starting to talk more like Nikki Grayson just when I'm out with my friends.
It's a good thing.
I like the way that they talk, and I like the things that they say. But I mean, with Jeff, God, I've probably done like almost maybe not quite 1,000 podcasts with him at this point, but a lot of them, right? Even before all the Giant Bomb stuff, we almost did 400 episodes of Game as the Size. We do the Nintendo podcast too. I have listened to Jeff Grubb read headlines for a very long time.
It's quite the sight to hear, my gosh.
You don't see hears, but yeah.
Yeah.
You
But wow.
hears sounds.
You don't see hearing, right?
You don't see hearing.
Yeah,
That's deep. But I'm going to get that tattooed onto my chest.
all right, just put it in a place you can cover it up. Okay.
My hair will take care of it.
Yeah, it's nuts. Totally nuts. Thank you, caller. Solid, astute observation. Dan Reichert, your turn.
I'm going to go with old head.
January, you set me up. I talked to my Bay Areas, and I said, "Yeah, I mean," and they were like, "That's some old head shit."
Oh.
Maybe we said that in middle school.
What?
Oh.
You set me up.
Oh, wait.
How else have you set up other people lately? Any of you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean.
Y'all friends are washed as fuck, dog. All right? If they don't want to admit where they come from, you got to know your fucking roots. Dan was just talking about we never stop growing. So do us if we don't forget where we come from and our fucking roots, dog. You know what I mean?
Jacob Fatu coming out for an entrance. There we go.
Oh, God. Sorry. Yeah, I Fatu'd out again. I got to stop doing that.
See what happens when a person is confronted with the possibility that they're getting old? See what happens? See what comes out of a person? Real rough.
I don't know. Like, slang evolves and changes, dog. What do you want me to do? If you said to your friends, yada mean, and it didn't like make them giggle a little bit, they're dead inside. Get new friends.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry to go up and say, Riz Skippity, Ohio.
See, I think I've stayed safe from this by my entire life, never trying to say current slang or wear current like fashion trends or anything.
No, you just say
like,
some words from wrestling, and nobody ever gets upset about that.
Well, yeah.
No one has any problems with it, and we thank them for that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be the first to admit I hate that too, but I think like. Yeah, you're right, Dan. Like, you've just never tried to be cool, and I think that's what we all love about you.
I mean, I think it just makes life easier. Honestly.
Yeah, it's your chronic lameness. Yeah, for sure. Like,
it just took a couple times in elementary school of like me trying to like, oh, these seem like jeans kids my age would wear, and then I get them and I wear them to school, and everyone mocks me. And it's like, well, I'm never trying that again. So yeah, it's just the childhood trauma did me well.
There you go.
Interesting.
I remember my shorts once. My shorts were too high above my knees, I guess, because I bought shorts these one day, and it was like my first day of 7th grade or something. And I go there, and this guy, Chris, in my class, was like, oh my God, look at those shorts. And he pulled his shorts up really high and danced around class going, look at me, I'm Dan Reichert. I'm Dan Reichert. And I was like, I'm never buying clothes ever again.
Wow, kids are mean.
Yes.
Kids are jerks. I bet you look really cool, Dan.
No.
You're jealous.
Dan, those shorts now would be very in vogue.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I don't want any part of them then.
I think you do accidentally like overlap with like trending things just
by
standing still. You know what I mean?
By standing still.
Yeah, like because
like a clock that just kind of like okay, yeah, sure.
You know,
yeah.
It's just like a force of nature. I think.
Sure,
you're doing great.
Thank you. I'm comfortable now. Yes.
Yeah, you're doing
Good.
great. It's just not cool. Jan, what do you say?
Orange season.
Reading DUmptruck. It is orange season. I have had some absolutely delicious ones this year. What is your favorite fruit in its chosen growing season? Okay, love you. Bye.
So this is a concept. Mike's going to leave.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Mike, you can take this one off here, bud.
This is a concept I was not aware of until we would go to like the grocery store, like Bonk. And she'd be like, I'd be like, oh, well, we should get some name a fruit, and she'd be like, oh, those aren't in season. I'd be like, what does that mean? And so like,
wait, listener, the grocery store heritage in this man's family.
Look, but hang on,
that's the context.
I'm calling my dad.
But
okay, I never worked at a grocery store. My dad worked at a grocery store his whole life. I just want you to.
It doesn't matter.
I got him on speaker. I'm calling him.
My dad, my dad and grandfather worked in the taxi cab industry for decades. But I've absorbed taxi cab information. Right? Like, what's happening?
I'm gonna see it styling. He's probably napping.
Napping?
Yeah.
He's 40. What do you mean?
I'm 40.
40-year-olds need naps.
I've never napped.
All right, if he calls back, I got to answer and I'll put him on. But I
get how
he doesn't know.
I get how
use the grocery store thing.
You just can. I'm sorry.
I just had no fucking idea that certain things were like certain. Or like how anybody could know or be expected to know. But like Bonk could be like, oh, it's raspberry season. Like, how do you know that information? You know?
Just through the way most people absorb knowledge by living their everyday life.
But
that's how.
Okay. But a genuine question.
Going to the grocery store, becoming an adult.
Question.
Yeah.
Backlar. You say, in my life, through osmosis, when would I ever be confronted with this knowledge?
Grocery store?
Yeah.
You're saying if I go to a grocery store, certain months they don't have bananas?
No, but those bananas are like in season, and they'll have like them up front. Even I noticed this.
And I'm pretty sure bananas come from different parts of the world at different times of the year.
Apples, whichever ones have seasons and not seasons, they don't put signs on them.
Like honeydew, like melons are seasonal too,
berries,
right? So like
blueberries.
I don't know if I've ever seen a honeydew melon.
That's not.
Wait,
that can't be
that's
true.
a very common fruit. What do you mean? You don't know what a honeydew?
Police lineup. I mean, if you put it there with like an apple and a banana, I'd probably know it's the one.
By process of elimination, it sounds like. But you couldn't.
Yeah, but if you put a bunch of different like weird fruits like that up there, I wouldn't know.
Wait, you don't know? My man doesn't know what a honeydew looks like.
Let me Google
what color do you think it is?
Well, yeah, don't look it up. What color do you think?
Green.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's like a seafoam green.
Melon.
Like a green lighter.
I've never fucking seen one of these. It looks like something you eat in the sushi go round mini game of Pokemon Stadium.
Wait. Have you had honeydew?
No.
You've danced.
I would eat one if you put one in front of me. I'd eat it.
No. You've been near one at least. In Cologne at the breakfast buffet. They had a platter of fruit.
Oh.
And there were honeydew there.
Okay. Well, but I didn't like.
So you've been close to it at least. Yeah.
Okay. I've been in the same room as a honeydew melon, but I couldn't make it out.
Have you had cantaloupe?
I don't know. Let me see what it looks like.
man, the last answer you expect to hear from someone when asked, "Have you had cantaloupe?" It's never. I don't know.
Okay, these are the chopped up orange ones, right? I'm looking at a picture of chopped up orange ones.
Is orange.
Okay, I think I've definitely seen these and been excited because I thought it was cheese cubes, and then when I get closer, I realize it's not.
Man,
but I think this also comes in like mixes of fruit, and I think I probably have had one at some point.
Okay. It's just so weird, man. I don't know. I'm almost bored with how weird you are, man. Like
you brought it up.
You've had grapes and shit. You've had grapes.
I love grapes. Grapes are great. Yeah, grapes are awesome. Strawberries,
honeydew.
Recently discovered berries. Berries are awesome.
But like, so you're like, how could I possibly know when strawberries are in season? But if I liked strawberries and I knew that certain times of the year they were better than other times of the year, I would learn that information.
But I don't get it. Like, I have had plenty of strawberries in my life. I've never gone to the grocery store and there have not been strawberries. So why the fuck would I think like If they were gone and I was like, where the fuck are the strawberries? And somebody told me it's not strawberry season, then I would get it. But if they're always available, doesn't seem like there's a fucking season to me.
Okay. I will be charitable and look beyond the fact that you could not discern by visiting a grocery store that like sometimes fruits are there and sometimes not. But the fact that like you are oblivious to the idea of there being seasonal produce to me
I'm
is
aware it's a
insane on a
concept.
level I can't describe.
I mean, if there was snow on the ground year round, I wouldn't be like, it's clearly summer right now, you know?
This ain't that far away from that, bud.
You're confronted with that. You can't miss that.
You're confronted with winter, aren't you?
Yes, you notice snow on the ground. You notice the roads are bad. It's cold. Strawberries are around 24/7, 365 days a year. There's no reason I should have known this.
It's just all about your lack of observation is really what it is. But it's
Yeah.
okay, bud. We're here for you.
We know.
You know? Yeah.
It's never hurt my life at all.
Not once. Not a once.
No.
Perfect life. No notes.
You know what I'm saying? The strawberry, the berries, fruits thing. Like, if I want a strawberry, they're always available.
No, yeah, hey, look, ignorance is bliss and your fruit is always available. It's the motto I go by.
Oh, Dr. Ron brings up Stardew Valley. Yeah, I mean, yes, I played that game and I knew in the game, I knew all this stuff. I'm like, oh, it's winter, I can do pumpkins. But like, I never applied. If I see something in a video game, I don't assume it's a shoot. I think that's a healthy approach to video games.
It's funny that we have to go simpler and simpler and simpler. And we're just like, snow on ground. Right, Dan? You know, like, and then you see the seasons, you know, autumn and summer,
you're confronted
right?
with that. Yes.
Confronted with that.
Yes. You are.
All right, I get it, and I love you. It's my turn. We must pivot. Pivot we must, because this is a call-in show. Hotbox.mp3.
I'm listening to the Bombcast, and I'm hearing about hotboxing a van, which reminded me that at grad night, we went to Disneyland, and essentially, we hotboxed the whole entire Matterhorn. By we, I mean the collective of all the high schools that went. It was a good time. That was the best ride I've ever ridden in my life. But made me wonder, what would be the coolest place to hotbox? Like, or where would be the coolest place to hotbox? Love you all. Bye.
Okay, I will get high if it's by going through the Matterhorn roller coaster at Disneyland while it's just filled with secondhand weed smoke. That's how I want to get high.
Okay,
It's like,
how do I do this?
Going through this coaster.
I know the worst place to get high.
Where?
The International Space Station.
Oh, that'd be terrible. That'd be really bad. Hotbox the ISS. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I would die.
I would die. You would just die. Like
what I would want to do is, you know, if you're on Win Ben Stein's Money and
you mean that 30-year-old show on Comedy Central? Go ahead.
Everyone knows Ben Stein's Money.
Man, all right.
You know, like you go into the booth first.
That show's out of season. Come on, Dan.
It'll come back. You sit in the booth while Ben Stein answers his questions, and then you got to come out and answer the questions. So imagine if you were in there and you had to hotbox, then you had to come out and be smarter than Ben Stein.
That's just funny.
It's the first thing I thought of.
That's just funny.
Yeah,
we should hotbox the Louvre.
Where would you?
That wouldn't hurt the paintings or anything. That'd be fun.
You can't hotbox the Louvre. It's a museum. A hotbox must be like a confined space.
Yeah.
Well, the Matterhorn is an open air ride, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jen.
Hotboxing the Matterhorn, I think we can hotbox the Louvre. All right, just the Mona Lisa room.
That's a big room too.
That's a pretty big room. We can do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Where would you rather be high? At a congressional hearing where you're speaking, or the International Space Station?
It doesn't matter.
Congressional hearing.
Congressional hearing. It seems like doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. You think it's a legitimate branch of the government right now? No one cares.
Can go to those now. That's not as crazy.
Mike's right. You would say anything. You'd be like, I'm the most normal one here. What's happening?
You know how often I go into autopilot already? It's fine.
Yeah, totally.
Who cares?
What about one of those rooms? If you go to like an illusion museum and you have those rooms with the weird floors and walls that make it seem like things are bigger. Yeah, just make that hotbox.
We should hotbox an escape room.
That's a good idea. Why? You could make that. That's legal in most states now, right?
Yeah. Stone. Oh wait. Whoa.
Oh,
what are we just
Stone
doing here?
escape room?
That's got to be
we
a
gotta
thing.
cut this part
Mystery
out.
escape rooms.
That's got to be a thing. Stoned escape room. It's got to be a thing where like
unofficially happens all the time. But
yeah, of course,
yeah.
but like where a dispensary teams up with an actual escape room company.
There's just like a room to the side, and it's like, oh, if you want a free sample, go in there, and we're gonna gas you with it.
No, they don't. No, you enter through the dispensary.
I pictured like you go in and then
this
like
isn't some
mist
fucking
comes in through the
Joker
vents.
bullshit where they just like they just siphon in green gas and you're
That's
just
a
like
Dan's
stoned
idea.
now.
The one
I like
I'm
Dan's
making, I'm gonna
idea.
patent the mist that comes in through the vents.
No, that's not. Why is that what you think?
That's
Why
a more
is that what
fun
you're?
way to do it. At least
Just
make
like
it
if-
fun.
Just like
Yeah.
a
Okay,
Phantom Menace, I
everybody,
get it. Okay,
hold
yeah.
on. The purple smoke's filling in the room. Take deep breaths.
I would
Yeah.
get so anxious. Like I'm like, look, I get that this is probably just weed, but this looks like so many movies that I see where people are about to die.
You cannot.
I'll hold your
guess
hand, Mike. Don't
the
worry.
guests.
Thank
Yeah,
Mikey.
I mean, you sign a waiver.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
if you're
man,
going to the
no.
Stone escape
And
room,
here's the
you
thing.
know
No,
what's
no,
gonna
no.
happen.
No, here's what you do. You go in, and it's like a 30-minute experience, and it's like the first thing is there's like a 5-minute timer. And if you can't figure out the puzzle thing on the wall or whatever, it comes in and it's like, oh shit, this is gonna get harder. So it's like the difficulty goes up. And there's another 5-minute timer, and they just start making it more and more potent. Like the THC concentration gets more and
No,
more. And
you
then it's just like airborne LSD by the end.
I hate your idea so much. I can't even describe.
What if you get something wrong before you move into the next room, and then the sprinklers go off, and it's just like THC laced water?
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
are crazy.
Yeah, and it'll get through your pores. Yeah.
Everyone ingests THC differently. You cannot just generally dose populations of people like that. That's
Well,
not
we're
what
not generally dosing. It's you got to sign up to do it.
It's water
Yeah.
like
Again,
flowers.
waivers. We got waivers. No court can convict us.
We are losing our funding for this. This is not the way to approach it. We'll also make much more money retail in the beginning with the dispensary. What are you talking about? You enter through the dispensary, right? You don't have to buy something, but you know you want it, right? So
What if- sorry.
Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
just- I
No,
just had
go
an idea.
ahead.
Okay, you got to be barefoot, and if you get the solution wrong, the floor gets super hot.
That's just torture.
like no, you all you've done so far is figured out ways to make this less fun.
It sounds pretty intense to me. This is like a
I
hard
think-
mode.
I think there's a horror movie franchise called Escape Room that you also just described the plot to, Dan.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I'm so in love with this dispensary collab.
Yeah.
It's got to be a thing. Someone's done it already, right?
I did.
It should.
I did. They have a special escape rooms in Universal, and I did. And there's like a bar before and after you can do. And I had
Sure.
a great time. I got a great time with that. You know, cooling off after my Jurassic World themed escape room by getting a nice cocktail. That was good.
You know, I did an escape room very close to me. It wasn't great, but it was fine. We did it with a bunch of kids for someone's birthday. And it was the first time we were like, you know, I was with a bunch of 10-year-olds. So like, they're not completely useless, right? Like they're figuring out stuff and they kind of
Sure.
get it. And it's like, it was a pretty simple thing, but like they all got the taste and now they want to like level up. They want to do the more interactive and like, you know, creative ones and stuff like that.
How would they feel if they were blasted by smoke?
See, now we're talking. Now we need a waiver. Okay. Now we need a waiver, you know?
Could you do like nitrous, like from the dentist office?
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, I can't do this anymore.
Can't join you on this journey.
That's
What
like,
do you mean?
I mean, I got nitrous the fuck up like a week ago, and it's like,
Yeah.
imagine having to do like puzzles.
No, you fall asleep. What do you mean?
No, there's percentages you can do because I kept asking them like what the max was they could
Right.
give me, and then they gave me a lot more.
Sure, okay.
But like, yeah, just like a 10% nitrous in the air.
I mean, nitrous is no. I don't like the nitrous idea.
Oh, I love nitrous.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I was a dentist and I had access to it, I would so be the dentist that just like went down a weird deep rabbit hole because I keep nitrusing myself.
Yeah.
This is
Go
why I'm
on.
glad I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Like I would
What do
get
you
way
mean?
too into
You
them.
do drugs?
I have marijuana, but like if I ever
And you
did
drink
coke
a
or
lot.
heroin or something, I do. But like coke or heroin or like like drugs, like train spotting drugs, I would be a problem.
Yeah. Cool. I'm also glad I don't do heroin. What do you like?
Shoo. Dan, I
folks.
just realized that a lot of what you just described are also scenarios that the Joker has concocted.
Yeah.
But I
for
want to be like
Batman and other.
But I want to be
yeah.
like a benevolent Joker.
I think you are. Okay.
Okay, then I'm doing it right. I'm okay with it. Like I made the noobs whole.
Yeah.
No, that was not benevolent. The noobs hole. Are you insane? That hurt many people.
Grub has
wanna be
not
the-
been the same.
I want to be the nice Joker.
A nice Joker.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone.
That's just
Crazy.
Ronald McDonald, motherfucker. Like,
And that's just Ronald McDonald.
I just want to be a
He was
little
a corporate
stinker.
shill.
yeah,
Corporations aren't our
exactly.
friends.
Dan
You've
Riker,
learned
aka
finally.
Dan Riker. Oh, Christ almighty. Chat chose the next voicemail. Chat chose Big the Car.
Oh, that's a typo. It's Big the Cat. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah.
okay, well,
That's
that's good too. That's good too.
Hey, Dumpers, it's Arthur from Chicago. I teach middle school, 6th through 8th grade, and the other day there was a little fight that broke out, but the reason the fight broke out was because one kid had spiky hair, so one kid called him Sonic, and the kid responded by calling him, "You big the cat ass motherfucker." Is that a good insult? What video game character would you use as an insult? Would you call
Pretty
someone a
good.
big the cat ass motherfucker? Let me know. Love you. Bye.
Ooh, let's insult each
Oh.
other as video game characters. All right. Who's Minotti?
Fester from Fester.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just.
Oh no, I think
Fester.
Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Two come to mind. You did look like that guy at the end of the game there, Dan. That was weird. I saw that
oh,
still.
yeah.
It's weird rendition of Gomez.
Yeah, that was very upsetting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, you Aloy won't shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
How dare you?
Well, you
Wow,
told
that
me
came-
to do it.
She's
That came from a
joyless and
real
humorless.
place.
Yeah, that,
You
that was,
told me to do it.
Joyless. I have joy and humor in my life.
that was too real. That was too real, Mike.
You Mr. Mime looking ass fool.
Oh.
Oh, Mr. Mime's rough.
Good.
You don't want to be compared to Mr. Mime at all.
This is not as easy as it sounds.
No, it's
No.
not.
They make a lot of video game characters pretty conventionally attractive. And
You Dr.
nice.
Robotnik ass motherfucker.
Oh, that's a
Mm,
compliment.
that's
We all
good.
like him.
I
Yeah.
don't know if we all like him.
Oh,
I like him. He seems
Although
like a
Jim,
guy.
Jim Carrey's done a lot for that guy's brand, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
My niece, and Dan, this is maybe why Reichert's and Minotti's are built differently. My niece, who's 9, saw Sonic 3 and was very upset, spoilers, that Dr. Robotnik died at the end of that movie. And 1, he's a bad guy. 2, he died at the end of the last movie.
Yeah,
right?
so,
Just
so what
always
makes you
died.
think he's dead, man? Come on.
She's very
She
upset. She's
wept
like, this
for
is
the
not
villain?
fair.
Yeah,
Well,
but he's
he,
a
like,
likable
kind of-
villain. Come on,
he
he's
has
so
a
likable.
noble-
What do you
That's
mean?
true.
He has
I
a
guess
face
that's
turn, Dan, at the end.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
every
okay, I
kid,
haven't
every
seen
kid in that theater laughing their face off every time Jim Carrey
Okay.
talks. Come on.
Is there a
Yeah.
good villain? I'm trying to think from movies of my childhood if there was a likable villain.
The Emperor from Star Wars.
I mean, I thought he was.
Yeah, I can really
cool, but he
sympathize with
wasn't,
those
like-
guys. I
he
can really
sucked.
sympathize. I can really
Like he
sympathize.
was cool. It's cool to see a guy shoot lightning out of his fingers, but like when he died, I was like, yeah, and then you get the face turn as well. So yeah,
Yeah, I really kind of align with that whole party.
Yeah,
No,
the
I've
whole
heard
org.
that. Yeah,
You know,
Oh,
Mhm.
right. The space Nazis.
yeah.
no, just
Right.
Vader. Vader seems
Just
cool.
Vader.
Vader's got like justifiable grudges. I feel like.
He had a tough life.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a slave.
you know.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember all of his like limbs melting off. When was he a slave?
In episode
When he was
1,
a kid.
remember?
Yeah,
They were
man.
slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember,
Watto
that
was
a
his slave master.
I
Very
thought he just
big
lived-
plot point.
Wait, I thought he was just lived in the desert and raced pod racers.
No, him
No.
and his mom were slaves from Watto, and that's why Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon Jinn
The
had to make a
flying guy?
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Toydarian.
Yeah,
I
he
had
Even
owned
I know
it
that.
against
Slaves.
Skywalker and his mom.
I
as
thought he was
slaves.
just a racing kid.
And they used the word slave, by the way. This isn't one of those Star Wars things where they had like a different word for it to try to like youngling instead of Vader killed children, he killed younglings. No.
I've seen Phantom Menace like 15 times. I had no idea.
Yeah. Qui-Gon
Dan,
Jinn wins a child in a bet, Dan. Ownership of this child.
I never caught that.
Wait,
There's nothing to catch. They say it.
Guess I wasn't
not
paying attention.
subtext.
I remember the fucking lightsaber fights in the pod races.
Oh my god! Why am I upset that?
I honestly, this is not a bit. I did not know.
I
that
know
Anakin
it's not
was
a bit.
slave. I was referring to his limbs getting melted off in a lightsaber fight.
Yeah,
that
really
part was
that's
rough
hard.
also.
Yes,
You
But
really
like, to be
just-
clear, it's always been rough.
It's just goldfish shit with you, man. You know,
I
goldfish.
remember
They only
the parts
see.
that resonate with me, and the part where they're lightsaber fighting was like, this is cool.
Goldfish interpret reality in a completely different way than humans, and that's just what's happening with you. I don't know where.
And you
in
big the cat motherfucker.
Yeah, in the evolutionary timeline where you just sort of like branched off on a side quest.
I remember Sebulba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember they like, we're gonna have a bet, and if I win, I get the boy and girl. And Wada's like, yeah.
No.
Wada says no pod is worth 2 slaves. And
This
he's
wasn't
like,
a
just the
deleted
boy
scene
then.
or something.
No.
Like, this
No.
No, I mean, look, the only thing I'll give you is that like the entire presentation of it is very Disney ass, where it's just sort of like, oh yeah, people and ownership. Like they skirt around the weight and gravity of what they're actually doing. I'll give you that. But it's yes, you're not wrong.
Slaves.
Yes,
They
yes.
use the word slave.
I'll have to watch
Yes.
it again and keep that in mind and see if I pick it up.
But they're just
It'd be
goofy
incredible
looking.
If you don't now. What if you see if you pick it up now? Is
Well,
there
no,
a
I'll
chance you
forget this
won't?
conversation.
No,
in
yeah, of
36
course you
hours.
will.
No, that's
Yeah,
possible.
that's true.
But they
That's
are
fair.
just. But I'm trying to be charitable, man, because I feel like you just see like CG flying bug people, and you're just sort of like, oh, they're not talking. You know, like nothing they're saying is important, kind of stuff. I don't know. That's all I can muster for you, bud.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
you were
I'm
on your
trying.
phone during that scene.
Yeah, I'm trying.
No, I was
Yeah,
not.
there you
I
go,
didn't have a
Mike.
cell phone
Yeah,
for
get him.
several more years.
Yeah, you
Get
don't,
him,
you don't believe in
Mikey.
looking at your phone during a movie because you really want to be absorbed and you really
I
want to be
do.
present.
I don't want to miss cool stuff.
That's
you
right,
do.
Mikey.
You do though.
Yeah,
Somehow you
Mikey.
miss it anyway.
Just got a text from my dad. He was napping. I'm calling him now. Okay.
What are you
Get him,
calling him
Mikey.
about?
About the
Seasonal
fruits.
fruit.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to hear you guys while I'm talking to him.
Well, keep one headphone
Ask
on.
him if he knows if
Hey,
Darth Vader
Dad,
was a
you're
slave.
live on the show. Okay, so we're having a conversation about fruits being in season, and I was saying that I didn't know what fruits were in season, and Backlar specifically was all like, oh, you know, with this grocery store background and the grocery store stuff and everything, how do you not know that? And I wanted to call you and like, Dad, you worked in the grocery store for a really long time. Do you know fruit seasons?
I know there are fruits. First of all, can you hear me? Because I've got the fan on.
Yeah.
Okay. I know there are fruit seasons. I'm not really aware of what they are.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said, and everyone thinks I'm crazy, and I should know that because I spent a lot of time in a grocery store.
No,
But like,
you're-
if I asked you when are strawberries in season, would you know?
In year round.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Dad, this is so vindicating. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, we just sold the shit. We didn't grow it.
Right. Yeah, why would we be expected to know this?
I mean, I know there are certain types of peaches and stuff that you can only get a certain time of year.
Yes, you're wrong,
I
Dan. You were
also know
proven
that
wrong.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Yes.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, like corn and stuff like that. It obviously grows during the summer, and they
See, he's saying all the things.
Huh. Okay, that's more than I knew, but yeah.
That's
Huh.
kind of my knowledge. Well, did you ever see corn growing in snow, Dan?
I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, so you know a bit more than me. Okay. All right. I
All right,
appreciate
let me-
the perspective.
That's
Let me
not
get the
that
first
hard,
word to
by
this
the way.
motherfucker.
What's not that hard?
Knowing a little bit more than you.
Oh, I'm going to get
yeah.
insulted. My goodness.
You know anything at all, you know more than you.
Oh, geez, I'm about to drive through a tunnel, Dad. I'm about to lose you.
Dan, you said as clear as day you were not aware of seasonal fruit. You did not know that.
No, before.
Your
I do
ability-
now.
no.
I do now because
Your
I said
ability-
before bonk. I said before bonk, I didn't know.
Your ability to just twist whatever people say into "see,
It's not
I
that.
was
It's
right"
not that good. It's not
is
that good.
just incredible.
He's not even that good
I
at it.
learned from the best.
Yeah, apparently.
You Paul immediately demonstrated how fucking wrong you were. Like immediately.
But he also didn't know the fruit stuff.
Yes,
He
he
knew-
said
he
he
knew-
said
he
his
knew
exactly
opening
as much
words.
as I do.
Yes,
His
and then he
opening
talked
words
about
were-
corn.
I know there are fruit seasons.
He knows more about the corn. He knew the corn thing, and I didn't know that. So I'll give him that.
And then, oh man, someone isolate fucking Paul's just like, yeah. Like
yeah, that's something he's heard it a lot, huh?
Yeah, that like disappointing. My God, this came from me. This person. Yeah, that's my boy.
Well, I bet you all feel like fools now.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dan, I have to ask, did you know about some of the racially offensive characters in episode 1 of Star Wars?
Like the very first scene?
Wait, what was looking, yeah, okay, yes, I can, yes, those guys, what are the
Nemodians,
the Viceroys or whatever.
The Viceroys, okay, yeah, I actually think about now how
Federation.
the way they talk, yes, I could be like, oh, yeah, okay, I see that, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, Dan. Proud of you, bud.
Yeah, I get that.
All right. Everyone good?
No, but we can move on anyways.
We have to. Mike, your turn.
Oh, great. Doughnut.
Hey, Dumpers, it's your boy. I was just wondering what you guys would say the perfect donut is. For me, it's a donut with some like Oreos or something on top, one of those crazy ones. And for my girlfriend, it would be a glazed cinnamon roll. All right, thanks. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh, glazed
Love you
roll.
too.
That's up there.
Is a cinnamon roll a donut?
A cinnamon roll is not a donut, but you could do like a cinnamon glazed donut. You need the donut form.
You fashion it into a donut.
There are traditional cinnamon rolls, and there are some that do kind of lean more toward donut territory. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't think every donut needs like the whole format. Because like bear claws and stuff don't have that.
I think every donut donuts need a hole.
Oh, besides, Long Johns.
I take it back.
Twists?
Boston creams. A Boston cream does not have a hole.
Long Johns. Yes.
Take it back. Thought about it for a second.
You can't have a stuffed donut if it has a hole.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You're right.
But yeah, I agree. You ask anyone to draw a donut, it's going to be like Homer Simpson style.
I draw the line at bagels. They need holes.
Well, yeah, that's a different sort of
just same shape, same thing. I'm just saying.
Same shape.
Bagels, yeah.
I am definitely team just give me a plain glazed. That's what I want. I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
even just like sometimes now I get older, a plain is actually pretty good. You don't even have to glaze it. It already tastes pretty good. Like nice and kind of that nutty flavor it just gets from the browning is very good.
Yeah. Like
I think a glazed or cinnamon are
really
top notch for me. No stuffed stuff. I don't want any stuffed.
I don't want any jelly or any shit.
I like it.
That's crazy.
No
That's
jelly,
crazy
no.
people.
Boston
yeah.
cream.
Let's go.
Agreed, Dan.
Give me a Boston. I'll do every. I've never really. You know the ones I don't like? Just the straight up powdered. I don't like a powdered donut. It's just like, what are we doing? It's chalky. It's chalky. It's dry. It's like
if it's strawberry jelly filled, then I'll do a powder.
Okay, but that changes the whole complexion because you got the moisture that it's been missing from the jelly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I get real personal with y'all?
Yes.
Oh, please. This is the most personal show.
I frequent this donut shop in my neck of the woods, and every time I'm in it, I just think like, man, I want to have my own donut shop.
That'd be cool.
I get it.
I think fun career pivots for people are fun to think about. And Jan, picturing you at like 45 just running a donut shop in the Bay Area, it sounds awesome.
Oh, let's speed it up. 35. I got 2 years left of this shit, guys.
There we go.
Milk me for all I'm worth.
You know,
here's my voicemail question. Hey, if we all had late career pivots, what would they be? Jan's got a donut shop. Mike's a Disney influencer.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Or I feel like Mike would be like a fantasy author.
Ooh.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, okay.
Sure, like Jeff Grubb.
Yes.
Gosh. Backlaw would be a crypto bro.
Yeah.
That or like a Gordon Bombay type.
That's obvious, yeah. Yeah, that's obvious.
What? I would run like a pinball bar.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh yeah, for sure.
Or like a hockey rink.
No, the first thing.
Fun.
The first
ice arena, you know?
Dan, President of the United States.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I feel like that's
You know what? I'd give it a shot at this point.
I feel like it's still in the cards for Dan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm 40.
Why not?
I'm good. I've only been eligible for 5 years. I've been eligible for one cycle, and I chose not to run.
Yeah, give the man some time.
I know they were kind of a fad, but I still love a good cronut. Those are
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, buddy.
Those are
Big Fate's
good.
incredible. Oh.
Yeah, I love all the bespoke mom and pop donut. I like the indie donut stores. You know what I mean?
The indie ones.
The-
Give me a
you know?
maple bacon something.
Yeah, I
That's
got like
actually
40
pretty
of them
good.
here. They're
Have
great.
y'all ever had a I forgot how to spell it, but a queenamon before?
No, that sounds like a Digimon.
Is
It's
it
like
quinoa?
no, it's not quinoa at all. It's like a croissant, a compacted croissant
Yeah.
that is like cupcake sized, but it's just
Ooh.
like dense and full of layers and sugar. It's
Ooh,
good. It's
ooh,
good
that's
shit.
nice. Shit.
Ah.
Yeah, I love that. I love it a lot. I love, and if you are a like small town dessert place, I'm stopping by.
Mhm.
I'm stopping by. I'm picking up your homemade chocolate covered pretzels, your cake pops, your unique cookies, and hopefully you've got gelato or ice cream in there. I think you do. Right? Love that shit.
Probably have some gelato. You ever notice when you're like in Vegas or other very touristy places, there's a million of those gelato stands, and
Yes.
they'll always
Yeah.
like put one of the like ingredients or whatever ice cream that is in its bin. So
Yeah.
like if it's like, chocolate, there will be a chocolate bar sticking out of it or
Yeah.
something, just so you know.
Yep. All those
Yep.
like indoor like mall type areas,
Yeah.
chameleon gelato
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Those
They're good.
those little
Yes, I don't-
shovels,
I don't
little
mind
shovel
it.
spoons, you know.
Oh yeah.
If and when I have my own donut shop, I'll make donuts after all of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Oh hell yeah.
If you make
That'd
mine
be
an Apple
beautiful.
thing, we won't be friends anymore.
Mike, I would never do that to
Thank you.
Yeah,
Just
Mine
making
come
would be
on.
like snickerdoodle and cookie dough.
you. That sounds great.
Okay.
That's nice.
Mike, your donut would just be a plain donut with 2 donut holes on top like Mickey Mouse ears.
I would love that. I would love
Aw.
that. Thank you.
That's
Man,
really
Why
sweet.
doesn't Disney do that, actually?
Yeah. What?
Disney, cut me the check.
Yeah, what?
The check.
What are they waiting for?
I don't know.
They make the
Disney's-
popsicle things with
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
Disney's donut game, I'm trying to think, but I don't think it's amazing. They do so many other treats and whatnot.
Churros. Like
Churros.
I had a churro there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do good churros. They have good ice cream. I mean, a churro is pretty close to being a donut. It's a
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
just
donut in
fried
a lot
dough,
of
right?
ways.
Yeah.
It's very good. Very good.
All right. Once again, this is the point of the show where I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
Dan, you're up.
Home of the red wet.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just wanted to say the Dan restaurant names itself. It's called Mexidan, home of the red wet, and you could also have the tagline Pico, more like peak no. Thanks.
That'll really go over great with the local Mexican crowd.
Yeah, I'm seeing the very distasteful logo of Dan with a sombrero on.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing this one. No.
this
Go
is
ahead,
just
just go
not
around.
gonna.
Always like, I'm Senior Dan. That'll be great.
Yeah, I don't
People
think I'm
love it.
doing that. No.
Home of the red wet.
The red.
I'll try the red wet.
No.
All
I can't
right.
believe you were shocked when we told you that the other stuff in there was just like tomatoes and onions.
As if it was like some
What else could it be?
undefinable. Yeah.
I hope I remember this next time I'm confronted with salsa.
Yeah. I mean, who knows when that'll happen, but. Okay. Continue we must. Jan, your turn.
Shower 1. And then we'll have to play 2 by the bylaws of the dump truck.
Yep.
Hey, Giant Bomb. It's Wednesday morning. I'm watching the Giant Bombcast on my phone in the shower while having a coffee. You know about shower beers, right? Well, it's like a shower coffee. Anyway, I think everything's going to be okay. Have a shower coffee. How do I hang this thing up? Oh, it's wet.
No.
Okay, let's see the follow up.
Hello again from the shower. Do you guys brush your teeth in the shower? I picked that up from an ex-girlfriend. That and PTSD. I think it's efficient. I like doing it. I like brushing my teeth in the shower. You guys do that? Is that weird? Okay, bye.
You don't have to I set up my poker table in the shower. Like you don't have to do everything in the shower.
This is
Like
just Kramer from that one episode of
Yeah.
Seinfeld. You
Yeah,
got the
where
garbage disposal set up in the shower.
That I think we
That's
should
fine.
have, though.
Yeah, that seems scary.
Yeah.
The one thing I in the shower I will shave, but all I'm doing is just the parts that grow in here and then like the neck hair. So
You
it's
don't
like, it's
have
not
a
like a
whole
big
lot to
mess.
do.
Yeah, it's not a
Right.
big mess.
Plus, and
It's
you
just
already
like,
have a razor in there for other parts, so may as well just keep using it. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Okay. First, yeah. What?
Don't worry about that.
What do you say?
a razor?
He's got a razor in there.
Don't you? Well, you all keep a separate shower razor for other parts of your body, right?
A razor?
Yeah, like yeah,
Are you
No?
okay? We're adults. Are you talking about like your under parts?
yeah. Why do you take care of it?
What?
Oh, I don't use a razor for that. Stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
How do you get
Oh,
it? Like,
I'm not putting a razor blade near my penis
Yeah,
What
is
are
what
you
I would.
doing
or
then?
testicles or anus.
Yeah,
What are you
because
doing then?
because like trimmers exist and they're a
yeah,
lot
but like
safer.
trimmers trim.
Yeah, I mean you could get pretty
Don't
close.
I
I mean,
wanna
I'm not
get-
trying to bick that shit. I don't
I'm trying
understand.
To get real. I want to get as close as possible.
I don't want to unpack that. I don't want to know.
We can
I'm
pivot.
sorry.
We can pivot at any
gave
point.
you all the ability to move on, and you had follow-up questions. So
Well,
don't get
because-
mad at me now.
Because Mike, there is only one person on earth that I know who uses a razor to do that, and I'm looking at him.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
like,
I'm
this
with you,
is,
Mike. I'm with you, Mike. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you,
never
Jan.
mind. Half this podcast.
Yeah. Just
Wow.
I just want to be.
You brave sons of bitches.
Like, what do you guys think's gonna happen? Does your face
Cut
get
your
cut up
penis!
constantly? You don't. You just razors are designed to not cut you. That's why they are the way
honestly-
they are. Are you cutting your face constantly when you
my
shave?
fucking ball skin is so like lumpy. It's like chewed bubble gum. It's like it's
Okay.
gonna fucking
Let's-
you're gonna nick yourself.
Let's
I'm
keep going.
no, Jan. Maybe this is a geographical phenomenon. I don't know.
That's right. Me and Mike, same same place.
Same time zone.
Oh, we're the Smooth Brothers. Let's go.
Wait, is this how you feel all the time, Dan? Do you always feel like
This
this?
is nuts to me.
The way I feel right now?
Yes,
It's well put.
This is fucking crazy. And the way Mike said it with such confidence, like, well, we all have razors in there for other parts. I was like,
I guess
what
that
are you talking about?
I
I mean,
honestly,
look, this is not crazy. There are people chat like, yeah, Mike's right.
no, well, it depends. Okay, well,
So
yeah, I guess you're right, Jan.
Grub, are you in the chat? How do you feel about this? Are you
okay?
is this
Let me
surprising?
listen. Let me walk it back a little bit because it's also about like what you got going on there. Yeah, I mean, it's not my taste for me personally.
I get it. That's fine. That's
not
fine.
gonna
I don't want my
judge.
business in the same room as a razor blade.
Well, then you ain't lived.
I mean,
You
you've
know.
gone to a Target before and passed by an aisle, so
Those are, I guess. Don't go down the aisle.
What was it? Hizo, right? Hizo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Huzo.
even Backlar's desperately looking for wrestling lingo to get us out of here.
Yeah, that's how you know it's
when
serious.
it's convenient for him. Turns
Oh,
out
let me tell you, buddy, this ain't convenient.
I'm going to run a very important poll now, but you all continue.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay. I'll pick the next one. But look,
does this mean Samoa Joe might know about this, about Mike and I?
Joe,
Yeah.
Joe, if you are hearing this, just send us like a tweet or something, which is a single emoji describing your emotion at learning this about Mike Minotti.
all right, just so you know, the polls leaning in our collective favor, Dan,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's not
way
like
closer than I
It's not
thought.
a blowout. Yeah, it's close.
Way
Wild.
closer than I thought.
Lots of
A
people.
blowout is something else you do with other.
But you don't do the whole package with the razor, do you?
We Hizo'd like 10 minutes ago, yo.
You're
What do you
right.
mean, the whole pack? I guess.
But like balls, dick, and anus?
Okay. Well, why do you
I
gotta...
don't shave my anus.
Well, again, you ain't living. Look, we're close to a dump royale. Hizo, we must. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna pick technically a crime.
Hey, dumpers. So it just occurred to me, you know, the prank that people do, like when you pants somebody.
Yes.
That's a crime, right?
Yeah.
Are there any other pranks that are common but are also like technically a crime? Okay, thank you, love you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna say what because you must have done plenty of crime pranks, right?
I mean, like the stink bomb bar stuff, probably. That's almost certainly. Actually, yeah, I've probably broken a lot of laws with pranks. But not like I don't think I do there's a guy that I worked with. He was my manager. That whenever I was peeing at the urinal, with your penis and scrotum out, he would go up behind me and just put his foot, like his shoe, the tip of his shoe, between my legs, and just kind of bump my balls up a little bit there. And that was in college, and that was always like, I don't like that.
Yeah, sexual harassment.
Yeah. And then of course all the just locker room towel whipping stuff like that. All that jazz is no good.
No. My bathroom pranks are generally less harmful than that, and I better be very close with you. And it's just that, if somebody's in a stall, I will get a wadded up paper towel and throw it in there. A classic. If I really know a person, I think I have done this to Dan, and if they're peeing, I will get behind them and just nudge them a little in the back. It's just kind of a funny thing to do.
I'm big on turning the lights off.
Okay. I think that's
when someone's
yes.
in there.
Oh yeah, we had the Airbnb, and you found out you could turn the lights off from outside of the bathroom. You loved
nothing
that.
will make me happier. Yeah,
you were in heaven.
Dude, the same bathroom where the guy did the foot nuts thing, that's where I was doing my constant turning the lights off. If I see anyone shitting, there's just one stall there. Lights are off on the way out, and it's pitch black. But there was one time at the call center, there were 24 seats, so you always knew who you were working with. I went in there, I saw shoes under the stall, and I was like, I'm going to get them. I turned the lights off. I go back out to the main room, and I'm like, all 24 seats are filled. Like, who the fuck did I just turn the lights off on? 5 minutes later, the guy who owned the endowment association or ran it, or the president or whatever, who never even showed up on our floor, came down, opened the door, had his little 8-year-old kid there, puts his hands on his kid's shoulders and says, "Who just turned the lights off on my son while he was doing his business?" And everyone is just looking. No one narked me out, but that was my move. Was I turned off the lights, and everyone knew it, and no one said shit. And it's just that was going to be a firing thing if he ever figured it out. So yeah, his little 8-year-old kid was shitting. I was like, and I left.
The amount of bullets that you've dodged.
Oh my God, I'm Neo. Yeah.
Yeah, you are Dan the Bullet Dodger. Yeah, you're just that's you. That gif
good.
Of Neo on the rooftop just flailing around.
I do feel bad for that kid. They're probably scared, but ultimately harmless. But boy,
that's always my favorite type of prank. Is not actually harming anyone. That's my type. I'm not nudging any scrotums while people are doing their business.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Yeah, that's no good. Yeah.
Gosh.
Benevolent Joker.
Yeah. You were. I think I was just listening to Fire Escape, and you guys were talking about those old college movies and how so many of the pranks are horrible crimes. Actually. Like what? Van Wilder was the one. The example is what they do. Speaking of donuts, what they do to the donuts there, they make you eat. I won't say it.
They describe that. Yeah.
That's a horrible thing to do to people.
Yeah.
It's because they're the mean jocks at school or whatever it was.
Yeah. They don't deserve that.
I don't know how I feel about this episode, guys.
Look, I didn't say.
Welcome to the Power Block.
I bet Joe is bummed that he got double booked.
Yeah, Joe really missed one here. We could have learned so much about him.
Samoa Joe giving you shit for how you shave your junk would be an all-time podcast moment.
So Samoa Joe, how do you shave your balls?
He would somehow make it sound really cool.
Hey, you know what? You know what? People be like, I can't believe you guys talked about that on the podcast. Well, you know what? How many times has our show? Well, not this show, but we've had shows sponsored by those products for sure, right?
Manscaped.
Yeah,
right?
Manscaped.
Yeah,
that's why I use Manscaped.
Okay, so we had them. I can't believe Backlar, you pivoted us back to this. This is
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But we had a Manscaped sponsorship on Jeff and I's podcast. We had their products, and I was using them.
There you go.
I was a little bit I don't understand how, because all the stuff is clipper for your balls.
Yeah, you didn't know what to do.
I was just this is
a guard so you don't cut your balls.
Yeah, but that also means there's still some hair there. I was using it for other things.
Yeah. I'm sorry I did this. I take it back. We're going because we have a royale to dump. That's right, folks. A dump royale is on the horizon. We will achieve it. Let's go first with okay.
Hey, Dumpers. This is Jake from Boston. I noticed that whenever Jeff Bakalar says the word okay, he kind of has like this Mr. Mackey intonation to it, like okay. It's not quite so okay, but it's kind of okay. It's just been bugging me for a while, and I had to vocalize this. That's all. Discuss. I love you.
I like Bakalar's run of being compared to really cool characters. Mr. Mackey, Space Nazis, Mr. Slate.
Mr. Slate's fine. Mr. Slate, we like. We're pro Mr. Slate.
All the coolest fictional characters.
I know I do. There's an okay I do that I picked up from Austin. Where it's like, okay. Right? Okay.
I feel like Vinny does that too.
Yeah, where it's like,
No,
okay,
yeah, Vinny
buddy.
does that for sure.
You know who does that kind of okay now also?
Who?
Dib.
Oh, boy.
He's like, okay.
Okay.
He does that and he goes, okay, buddy. Like that a lot. Okay, buddy. Oh, you scored 4 goals in that game? Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's indignant or half dead inside.
I don't do like that. I don't do that.
No, sometimes you'll do a
shorter one.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. That's not going to make me
self-conscious
in any respect whatsoever, caller. I know that was a harmless intent, but here we are. Me questioning everything. All right. I could have it worse. I could be compared to, I don't know. What's worse than a
Big the
space
Cat?
Nazi? Yeah.
I
It
like
could be
Big the
worse.
Cat.
Big the Cat's, yeah. He's all right.
He's all right.
I have no quarrel with Big the Cat.
Yeah. Good.
Good for you, Dan.
That's great. That's good for you. Folks, Dump Royale, sound the alarms. I don't know what we play when we do a Royale Dumperoonie, but here we are, Dump Royale. Celebrate it for the first Power Block episode. Let's do return his phone calls.
What's up, Dumpers? Who does Hideo Kojima love more? Random C-list celebrities that will actually return his phone calls, or himself? Thank you. Bye.
Or
Good question.
C, Jeff Keighley.
Well,
Well,
he might fall into that first category. That's fine.
I think it's the C celebrities, quite honestly.
I mean, he gets some pretty above C.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Jordan
say
Peele.
C.
No, Jordan
No.
Peele is an A-list celebrity.
No,
I mean,
but
a
like
lot of the
even
people he works with are like
Yeah.
big
There's a lot of
stars. Yeah.
B's.
Elle
of Bs.
Fanning. Elle Fanning was in a Best Picture nom this year.
Sure.
Meryl Streep was at his release party for Death Stranding.
She was.
What?
I met her. Mima, I got a picture of Mima Hardy and
that's-
Meryl Streep.
No, that's
Yeah.
Helen Mirren, I thought.
Oh yeah.
What? You just confused like
Look,
the
I don't have a
oldest.
film degree. I don't have a film degree.
What?
Yeah, you're right. That was Helen Mirren. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just
Both
like
fine actresses.
I mean, that's weird. Also, that
Is
makes
it
more
is
sense.
it is
Right.
weird.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah, I mean they're both very
Oh.
extremely famous.
Yeah, they're both great.
But they're like very also like.
Are you
one's
saying Helen Mirren's not a A-list? Oh, that's rude.
No, like one's British and one's not, and
Yeah.
I guess they're
I
similar
don't really
age,
care
but-
what list they are. I do find the celebrity worship thing. I don't know. It's
Yeah, it just- if
always makes me
it's-
roll my eyes a little bit.
I'm with you, Mike. It's always rubbed me the wrong way about that universe, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, it's like, well, guess who's the person from a prestige TV show who's in Death Stranding 4 now? And I'm like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
What if it was you though?
Well, we're not talking A+ celebrities. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
God, I'd like to be in a video game. I will be in a Death Stranding only if I get to share a scene with the weird version of Conan O'Brien who exists in Death Stranding. I'd like that.
That'd be cool.
I would love to be scanned for Death Stranding.
And yeah, you would jump at the opportunity. I know.
Mm-hmm.
What would
I
come out of
probably
your
wouldn't
mouth?
say no. I
What would
wouldn't
come?
say
What would
What
come
would
out?
my
Come
guy
out of?
be?
Yeah. What would your guy be? What?
I'm trying to collect old video games. That's my thing. I need you.
No,
I need
it's
Sam
just-
to go and collect a bunch of old video games.
Sorry,
and bring
sorry, it's just not weird enough. I think.
Oh.
Well, what if
You
his
have
name
one.
is like Shoot Workman?
Shoot
Yes, now we're getting somewhere. Yes.
You just have a turnbuckle for a neck. You know.
what?
What the hell?
Oh, that's fucked up. That's
Yeah.
you just watched a 20-minute whatever the hell that was this week. That's weird. Oh, it's a
What
bridge
did I
too
watch?
far.
What did I watch? A 20-minute what? Oh, the trailer.
Yeah, yeah. What I said, whatever the fuck that was.
Turnbuckle neck. That's fucked up.
Oh yeah, that's so weird. Ugh, Bacalar.
How could you even suggest such a thing, Bacalar?
Yeah.
What kind of
You
twisted mind would
disgusting freak.
cook that up? only a coworker could come up with that.
You keep steering us back in that direction, Bacalar.
Yeah, you know, it's a sickness, really. I guess it's just a sickness. I can't help myself.
You gotta get down with the sickness.
That too. Hey,
I can't
this,
do that sound. I'm bad at that. Like, let me.
That's
I'm gonna
okay.
try it. It might cut. Yes, it's our. Ooh,
that wasn't the worst.
is that all right?
It could have been worse. It could have been better.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jan.
Wah!
Yeah, it's hard. Like, you can't do it. You can't do it.
Backlar?
Wah!
Okay,
That's
Backlar's
pretty
the
good.
best. Yeah.
Oh, was I the best until Bacalar did better?
I think I did better than you.
No.
Get used to it, folks. Okay, that's just how it goes here. Hey, you guys. Love the fact that we could celebrate and share this very special Dump Royale. Thank you so much, everyone who called in. Again, the phone number is 707 exit flu.
Don't ask Smojo about his ball hair.
Yeah, please. That's what, and we're not going to tell you when he's going to be on, just so we can avoid that.
I already said it's either the 26th or 27th.
We're keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. 707 exit flu. That's the phone number. Thank you to all the chats. Thank you to everyone who tuned in live and after the fact. We will be back with a brand new episode next week, same time on the Power Block and afterwards. We'll see you then, folks. Have a great week. Bye-bye.